Prisoner is a solo exhibition of new works by Daniel Hosego, a British artist who has spent the last year working in confinement. Daniel Hosego's work reconsiders art history from a contemporary perspective, focusing in particular on how for centuries European art looked to antiquity for its ideals and inspiration, and how uncomfortably such idealism sits with our contemporary world of social media and information overload. He works first in ink drawings that mimic antique etchings, but with an air of pop art cartoon graphics. Images he then scales up into screen prints on perspex, where each colourway is a one-off. Prints made as originals, unique drawings designed for replication. Hosego's practice is built on contradictions, and on pushing against the boundaries of both art history and art making, to find a way through our contemporary cultural labyrinth. One of the principal works in this show is Daniel's monumental drawing Danto. Over 2 metres wide, this drawing presents an updated version of Raphael's School of Athens, a key Renaissance masterpiece declaring the admiration for antiquity. Daniel uses this as a template to imagine if our contemporary age were held up as an example with such reverence. Classic Renaissance artists appear: Michelangelo, Botticelli, alongside 20th century moderns, Picasso with Edvard Munch, and the mannequin Piss from Brussels, finding more than conceptual use for Duchamp's fountain. Pop artist Lichtenstein and Warhol also appear, along with the Coon's dog ridden by a child, while a pair of Banksy rats size up a Keith Haring as a potential target. There are YBAs too. Tracy Emin sitting on a pile of cash. As a composition, it describes the orgiastic confusion that constitutes our new School of Athens, a labyrinth confronting any artist who succumbs to the old idealism of searching for truth and meaning through art. Daniel also casts his net of references beyond European history. This large screen print, The Eye of the Storm, reinvents Hokusai's Great Wave off Kanagawa, with a combination of Renaissance sea creatures and 20th century marine pollution. An oil rig and a trawler lurk in the distance, while plastic bottles and discarded netting litter the foreground, tying up a merman while 2 old-fashioned fishermen struggle to navigate the swell. It is an image of an age where the mythical figures from antiquity are finding it ever more difficult to stay afloat. A number of works in this show come from a commission made for the fashion house Hermes in late 2020. This pair of works, Mazeppa, refer to a poem by Victor Hugo of a hero who is tied to a wild horse as a punishment. The motif was popular in the first half of the 19th century, with artists such as Jericho making use of it. And it was used by Hugo as a romantic device, whereby the ordeals developed the hero's creativity. Daniel relates this imagery to the horse from the Hermes logo, decoupled from its carriage, sometimes acting as a self-image tormentor, such as in this work, The Old Mare and the Maid, where a woman in a mask is berated into submission. But at other times it becomes inspirational, dancing on top of the world, as if surviving ordeals enables creative fulfillment. And yet even in this position, the stream of constant distraction still undermines the achievement. These 2 screen prints, Melancholia 3.0, show a jaded angel in the same position, listlessly doom-scrolling through his phone as the world sits at his feet. On top of the world, he holds another in his lap, that of Instagram. It seems to weigh heavy on his soul. The theme is tackled from a different perspective in this drawing, The Cave, where a caveman is confronted with the 24-hour news cycle, social media, and Amazon Prime. This piece reimagines The Temptation of St. Anthony by Martin Schongauer, a source for the demons that appear across Daniel's work. Once imagined as metaphysical beings, in Daniel's work these demons represent the endless images that bombard us through our screens, torrents of novelties, opinions, and cultural conflicts that are part and parcel of the daily experience of the information age. They contribute to how the theme of imprisonment runs through Daniel's work, be it through the physical restrictions of lockdown, the demons of cultural conflict, or the labyrinth of art history. The lockdown may have been physical, fruitful even, but the quest in his work remains, to find a way of reconciling the old aspirations of art with the complications of 20th century culture.